Hello everyone and welcome back to Shelby's Creations. Today I will be showing you how to make a dragonfly ring. And this ring you can adjust to your fingers. So it should be able to fit most sizes depending on how big you make them. So for this project you're going to want some wire cutters, flat nose pliers, and some needle nose pliers. And of course, wire. So today I will be using black wire. You are going to want about 15 or so centimeters of wire. And you're going to want to cut that, and you're going to want this length. 2 pieces of wire. Like so. So, with these 2 pieces of wire, you're going to fold them both in half together. Like so. And you are going to want to twist them a little bit. So usually I'll twist the bottom piece to make sure it all stays together. Don't have to twist it don't twist it all the way, but just that little bit to make sure that stays together, like so. Okay, so now I like to keep my wire on the spool or whatever you're using, because you can use less or more than I will be. So this is like how I showed you how to make a regular dragonfly out of wire, except with the addition of the ring. So I'm going to hold on to this wire, both pieces of wire. So this piece I like to hold this end out some so I can wrap it around the bottom. And we are going to wrap this wire around very close to each other. The ravels are going to be. And push it down some. So you want these ravels to be very close to each other, like side by side. And yeah, we're just going to continue going up for a while, up until we get to about this point where my nail's at. Being as this is going to be a ring, you're going to want it kind of short. About there. And now at this bottom end, I'm just going to wrap it around. And then I want to grab my flat nose pliers and make sure that tip of the wire isn't poking out. Okay. So now we are going to make the wings. So we want the wings to be kind of short, being as it is going to be a ring. And do it about that length. About 3 centimeters, I think. And about the same thing on the other side. And then I'll even them out afterwards, after I'm done tying it. So I'm going to grab this wire, loop it under, it's on my right hand side. Loop it under, go up to the left hand side, and back over to the right, and underneath, over to the left, and up to the right. Like so. I'm just going to unravel some more of my wire. And now as you can see, my wings are not quite even. So I'm going to try my best to even them out. And the way I find that helps with that is if I bring them up to each other so they're around about even. That looks good. So now with this wire, I'm going to do that same thing that I did to make the wings. Loop that end around. And of course my wire's folding up. This end around. So it's around about even to the bottom. Again, coming underneath the project, over to the left, up, over to the right, underneath, to the left, over to the right. And again, I want to even out the wings best I can. Now we are going to make the ring part that will hold on to your finger. So I'm going to hold on to it about this length, which I think is about 4.5 centimeters, I think. And pinch it, bring it back over, and I'm going to do that same thing again on the other side. Hang on, my wire just went all crazy on me. It's getting caught up with the antenna. There. About there. Doesn't have to be perfect. Okay, so now it looks bizarre, right? So I'll move this back down, and we're going to do the same thing we did to tie the wings on. So coming under to the right, over to the left, again back under to the right, over to the left, going back underneath to the left, over to the right. Do that one more time, under the left, over to the right. And we'll fix all this up after we are done with our dragonfly. So now I'm going to wrap this wire nice and thin, nice and together like we did here, up here for the neck area and the head area. Occasionally you can just push it down too. Okay, so I'm going to go a little bit further. And now I'm going to work my way back down a little bit for the head. And back up again. Do this as many times as you feel for the head size. About there. So now I'm going to cut this end of the wire. So now we're done with this wire. So now I want to make sure I get this wrapped around nicely so it doesn't stab anyone, get anybody. That's the last thing we want to do. So now we have these, which are going to be the antenna and the eyes. So you want to untangle them. So these two outer pieces are going to be the eyes, and these two inner pieces are going to be the antenna. So I don't want my eyes to be quite that long, so I'm going to cut them. There. Okay, so now for the eyes, I want my needle nose pliers. I come in the tip and circle it around. Now with my fingers, I'm going to pinch it together and twirl it in so you can see that eye shape. And we're going to move that over to the side. So now I'm going to do that same thing on the other side. Grabbing my needle nose pliers, making that end piece round. And again going in with my fingers. Or you can use your pliers too, if you find you don't have very good fingers. And I'm going to fold that in. So now we've got the antenna. Now being as this is a ring, I don't like the antenna being too long. So about there. So now with these two pieces, of our antenna, I'm going to grab my needle nose pliers. I'm going to pitch it and turn it in to make that little round shape. And do the same thing on the other side, like so. So now it's time to fix up our dragonfly. So these two pieces are going to be for the ring. They will be going underneath. Once I figure out where that one's going, there. So these are the bottom wings and the top. So now it's time to make the dragonfly. So I'm just going to put my finger here, make that low point, and then straighten it out. Turn it over so it's easier for me. Point, straighten, point, straighten, pointing it out, straightening it. Now you can adjust the ring part. And you have made yourself your own dragonfly ring. Now I hope you guys have enjoyed watching this, and please like and subscribe, and I hope to see you next time. Bye!